Lucy and her mother move to a new environment, ready to start life over. Lucy is particularly relieved that she doesn't have to do it alone. She's a single mom with a struggling career and a kid she co-parents with her ex. It's his turn to babysit, and he comes for Kiki with a new love interest on his arm. Lucy has moved on too. She earlier folded out his side of the picture in a family picture, so what's readily visible is just her and Kiki. Lucy and Elena attend a movie premiere party together. They're both single women with the hopes of having a good time, maybe a wild one even, but they've only just gotten to the premises when Elena has to excuse herself to use the restroom, and Lucy is left alone. In her little red dress, Erin comments that she looks 18. He then introduces her to a screenwriter named Carol and insinuates that Carol helps Lucy out because she's a single mom who needs to be pitied. Before Erin can further embarrass Lucy, he's pulled away, and the two strangers are left alone in a crowd. After a stilted conversation with Carol, Lucy briefly reunites with Elena. In a place of prestige, big promises, and high hopes, Lucy feels under pressure, so she manages the anxiety by drinking. She's had several sips already, and opts for a new glass when a different stranger reaches out for the same flute. They both chuckle because it's the second time they've run into each other, both eyeing the glass. The man had let Lucy win the first time, but this time she returned the favor. As if to reward her manners, more wine is made available. Lucy and the stranger start talking. She mentions she resonates with the protagonist of the movie, but if it's the same movie they've just watched, then the man affirms that Lucy is way cooler. After talking for a while, the man invites Lucy to his place, but Lucy is a woman of class and turns him down. Knowing his name is Jakob is not enough to go home with him or drop her contact details. By morning, Lucy regrets not giving Jakob her phone number. Life goes on, so she resumes her job hunt. She works through her entire list, with no tangible results by the end of the day. Lucy has a ladies' brunch with her friends where she makes light of her stale acting career. She mentions that she's considering a different line of work in the meantime. Recipes and talks about past relationships help take her mind off things. But at the end of the night, her friends disperse, and she's left to her own devices. Jakob hasn't found his way to her, and she finds herself reminiscing about Kiki's father, Tomas. The man is a player, a cheat. Lucy has an inner voice she can picture, kind of like an imaginary friend, but for crazy adults. It's an older woman, one she barely listens to, especially when she's down. She complains she's at her wit's end, no man, no job, and she's not about to subscribe to the voice's relentless positivity. She'd rather doze off instead. Tomas returns Kiki to Lucy. The child goes straight to her room, giving her parents the privacy to discuss how to co-parent during Christmas. They agree that Thomas will spend Christmas at Lucy's apartment, so Kiki won't have to shuffle between two environments. He's cool with it and promises to take care of a particular hindrance named Nicole before then. Lucy is out with Kiki when she runs into Jakob. Kiki goes on to inform Jakob that she's Lucy's daughter and her dad is in the picture. While Jakob wasn't previously aware, it didn't stop him from giving Lucy his number. Their interaction is cut short because Kiki wants to leave. When the man is out of earshot, she tells her mom she doesn't like Jakob. Lucy and Kiki walk into Iron's set. He sees them and comes to tell Lucy that he wants Lucy in his production. He wants Lucy to communicate with Carol so he can write scripts that she can use. Lucy goes home with an air of determination. She texts Carol, and he happens to text back immediately, inviting her for a business lunch. Lucy finds his invitation irritating, but her inner voice instructs her not to be afraid. Not every guy in the movie industry is a pervert, and Karen's intentions seem clear. Carol and Lucy talk at length at lunch, a mix of business and jokes. He eventually has to leave to go play hero to his grandmother, while Lucy sits back with her thoughts, wondering if she impressed him enough to get the role in his developing series. Grandma Kiki comes to babysit so Lucy can go to an art exhibition with Jakob. Jakob wants her to have dinner at his place, promising he's an excellent cook. Lucy accepts his invitation. Jakob goes all out with candles, wine, and a tragic romance story. When he leans in to kiss Lucy, she pulls away slightly, asking him to take it slow because it's been a while since she's been intimate with anyone. He nods, but finds her irresistible. So he moves with a sense of urgency that Lucy pretends to adapt to. He catches on and apologizes, and Lucy affirms there are no hard feelings. She'll still lie in his arms. After finding a text from another woman on Jakob's phone, Lucy successfully sneaks out of his apartment and cries out about her bad luck with men. She gets together with the girls and shares her epic fail. Elena joins the group late with news that she might be pregnant after a fling at an after-party. Jakob has been texting Lucy incessantly, but Lucy has decided it's a closed chapter. The whole family is together for Christmas. They're having dinner when Elena and her baby's father join them. Lucy gets a notification informing her that she's got a new job, and she's elated. Back at home, Kiki is sound asleep, giving her parents room to talk. Tomas misses Lucy and wonders why they had to break up. Lucy is in no mood for his mind games, but after several sips of wine, she's open to a quick and good time. By the following day, she's dressed for her new job and tells Jakob to go away when he comes pleading. He played her, and the least he could do is stop further contact. Lucy doesn't have a lead role in the movie, but she does her best not to mess up her supporting part. Carol disappears midway through the shooting, and Lucy still can't find him after. One of her girlfriends affirms that she's known Carol long enough to believe that he's a nice person. She teases Lucy for showing interest in him, but Lucy denies it. Kiki wishes her father would come home to them, but he seemingly has no intentions of that. His phone keeps ringing and interrupting family time, and Lucy overhears his conversation with his other woman. She confronts him, knowing she'd been considering giving him a second chance, but he isn't even man enough to tell his other chick to back off for the night. Thomas takes offense and storms out of her apartment. Carol shows up after the day's work, teasing that he disappeared because he noticed he made her squirmish on set. He asks Lucy out for lunch, but she declines, playing hard to get. Carol emails Lucy. He seems like a gentleman who's single, but Lucy could be wrong. With the help of her inner voice, she discerns that Carol is genuine, and she'll bake him a bun. She's tying up the bun when Elena barges in, full of problems. Her baby daddy just walked out, and now she needs company. Forced into being a good friend, Lucy lets her tag along on her date. She tells herself it's just another business lunch. But the chemistry is there, so obvious even Alenka picks up on it, though that doesn't stop her from interrupting. Carol drops them off at Lucy's apartment, but Lucy remembers to give him the bun she'd made with love. They share a kiss, and Elena starts to feel bad for third-wheeling. However, Lucy is far from upset. Carol balances scriptwriting with late-night jogs. He runs by Lucy's house and calls her, so she comes downstairs and invites him in. Things get physical until Carol refrains, because he suddenly realizes that he works too much and he has a cat problem to fix. He should go home, but he doesn't. Instead, they melt into each other's arms and take it to the bedroom. Lucy gushes about her encounter with Carol to her friends. He's different, she says, kind and tender too. She still has to co-parent Thomas, who uses the opportunity to try and win Lucy back. This time, she stands her ground, informing him that she has someone else now and he can take the high road. Lucy gets worried about how Kiki will react to Carol, but he must be the one because she's receptive, unlike when she met Jakob. Carol plays his part too, engaging well with the little girl. When she's worn out, they drop her off at her grandmother's so that Carol can show Lucy a surprise. It's a beautiful scene. Lush green grass, the wind in their faces. Peaceful, that is, until Carol stirs up turmoil by casually mentioning he has a fiancé. Her inner voice was convinced this was the one, but Lucy was done listening to her. All she wants to do is get far away from one of the many men who have hurt and used her. Lucy doesn't appreciate Carol going to her mom to know how she's doing. She angrily texts him to stay away from her, then she cries on her mother's lap. She turns in for work, and the makeup artist gives her a package with her name on it. Lucy sees a coat and a letter with a pendant in the envelope. Carol says he'll break up with his fiancée, and the pendant is proof that he's loyal to her. She meets him on the stairs and expresses relief that he's going to do right by her. He ruins the moment by stating it will take months to do away with his current partner so they can be together. Lucy gives him back the pendant and insists she's done with him. She might be able to put on a smile for the camera, but at home, she's a wreck trying to make sense of her emotions. What was real and what wasn't? Thomas requests shared custody of Kiki, and Lucy tries to reason with him why it won't work. They wouldn't be separated if he weren't a serial cheater, and now he wants custody when he's got a busy schedule and travels a lot. Just before he has to go back to work, he reluctantly says he'll rethink his stance on the matter. Elena goes into labor, and Lucy has to call Carol to assist since her car's getting serviced, and Elena won't call an ambulance. At Elena's request, Lucy waits till after the delivery. Karel is still hanging around, to her surprise. He assures her he's left his former fiancée, and then he gets down on one knee, hoping that Lucy can become his new one. Before she can give a reply, he ushers her into his car, eager to show her an even bigger surprise. It's a new apartment big enough for him, Lucy, and Kiki. Moved by his gesture, she says yes to his proposal. Thankfully, Thomas sends a text, saying Lucy can keep having full custody so Kiki can have a stable life. Lucy, in return, expresses gratitude that he's chosen to be a good parent. Everything worked out just fine, just like her inner voice promised.